What's going on, my pretty pandas? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to today's Tea Talk. I'm so happy about today's Tea Talk. You guys have no idea. I have found an abundance of articles, which actually I printed them all out instead of having them right on the computer screen because I like to highlight. That's not even a thing, but I like highlighting. So it makes me have a little more organization whenever looking at the articles. So I know this is really unnecessary to say, but still, I'm saying it, okay? So yeah, if you see me looking down in my notes, that's why I have everything highlighted and ready to go. You ready? I hope you're ready because the info in this tea talk is going to be on fleek. So first we're going to be talking about how Telltale's ditching its old engine for Unity. And it's going to be starting with Stranger Things. Now, Telltale is also the creator of the Walking Dead series, and apparently we're getting one big finale, and this is going to be the ending of the Walking Dead game franchise. I mean, they might do like spin-offs and stuff like that, but the last game that they're going to be doing will still be on the Telltale engine, which I kind of find interesting because they're making it kind of like one last huzzah before they move over to Unity. So it's nice. It's nice. Way to end out the series. I kind of find it interesting and very kind of, I don't know, sentimental in a way because it's the last episode of The Walking Dead. It's the final season for the game and they're still using the Telltale engine, kind of a send-off. So I think that's really cool. Sources at the studio say they are working to make the final Walking Dead chapter a peak moment, old engine or not, as the rest of the studio realigns and updates the process to work with Unity. So yeah, I find this very interesting. I cannot wait to see what they have in store for us whenever they go into using Unity. I feel like it's going to be, I don't know, I feel like it's going to be something special. So this is some news. Hold on a second, I have to adjust my hair and take a sip of coffee because the tea is about to be spilled. Or my coffee. I actually spilled coffee on myself earlier today. That's delicious. Okay, so get ready, you guys. Hold on, are you sitting down? You might want to sit down for this. It has been confirmed. Red Barrel has confirmed Outlast 3 is a thing. Can I get an amen? What? Amen? What? Outlast 3? Yeah. Outlast 3 is going to happen. I'm excited about it. It wasn't announced at the E3 conference this year, but this makes up for it, okay? It says here that fans of the survival horror Outlast will be thrilled to know that Red Barrels has confirmed Outlast 3 is indeed happening. The news came along with Red Barrel's announcement that Outlast and Outlast 2 were coming to Switch in 2018 in a Facebook post. The developers gave everyone a summarized outline about the plans they have for the Outlast franchise. Now, this is probably why I didn't know about this firsthand because I don't have a Facebook, so, yeah, that's the thing. I can't stand Facebook. First things first, Red Barrels confirmed that there will not be a DLC for Outlast 2. Now, this is a big thing because, as you guys remember, in the previous game, we had, what was it, the Outlast Whistleblower, and that was absolutely outstanding. So to see that there's no DLC for Outlast 2 is making me think that this game is going to be huge. This game is going to be something just outstanding, and I feel like, this is my prediction right now, pandas, but I feel like they are going to be bringing back the hospital vibes with Outlast 3 and combining it with like that kind of small town-esque vibe, if you know what I'm talking about, because like I feel like they're going to start out in the hospital and then they're going to kind of end up outside and then the final chapter will be in Murkoff. I don't know, I just have a feeling because the Murkoff story needs to have a cohesive ending. It needs to have something to it, some meat, some sort of explanation that makes the player want more and will satiate the player enough to say like, okay, this was a good ending. I feel good about this. Mother fluffer, I feel good about this ending. Which I didn't feel good about whenever I was playing Outlast 2. Outlast 2 was okay. It was, I mean, like parts of it were kind of scary, but it really did not explain what I thought it was going to explain. It really did the story well, but it didn't go into the parts that I thought it was going to go into, like with Murkoff and with some of the, like the stuff with the priest. I thought the priest was going to be a little more relevant, but that's neither here nor there. I hope things come back strong with Outlast 3. I'm gonna play it no matter what. I'm so excited. Now, it also states here, while waiting, fans can check out the Murkoff Account Epilogue, a comic from Red Barrels, which takes place right after the events of the second game. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll also leave a link to the comic books down below, which I am in the process of reading right now. They're awesome. Now, this was another thing that I thought was of relevance to enter into the tea talk. That also states in the article about Outlast 3 that for now, they can't say anything more about the development aside from the fact that it's in development and it's said to be pretty challenging. But if all goes well in the project, Red Barrels assured that they will reveal more about their project. So I'm excited about that. Hold on to your horses, hold on to your pants, hold on to everything you know and love dear, because it's about to get real up in this channel. I don't know about you, but Outlast has always been one of my favorite franchises besides Resident Evil, and it's clear they're making their mark in the community, and I love it. I'm living for the Outlast franchise. So leave down your comments below. Are you excited for a new Outlast game? Are you guys looking forward to Red Barrels making a comeback? I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I don't know if it's actually gonna be a thing, but I don't know. I really hope. I really hope. Even though it's an article, and it's a good source. You know, it's from, you know, a good source that I found online. It's credible. I always keep my orange flags up. I always am hesitant whenever it's online. You know, the place of miracles and puppies and truth, right? Hold on a second. I want to be very newscaster-esque. Always wanted to do that. States here in this article from Games Plus that Resident Evil 8 is happening. I'm sorry, what? The tea was just spilled everywhere. On the floor, on the bed, on the drapes, just everywhere. It could be very different, in quotes, from Biohazard and everything we know so far. This is a lengthy article. I'm only going to read certain sections from the article, so if you guys want to read the rest of it, as usual, everything will be down in the description below. But it states here in the article that it's definitely happening. For one thing, as 2017's Resident Evil 7 Biohazard has been such a success for Capcom that the publisher has even come out and confirmed that the development has begun on a sequel. The cliffhanger ending isn't going to solve itself after all. So I made a prediction in the article that I did for Resident Evil 7's DLC, Not a Hero, that there will be a Resident Evil 8 happening. Resident Evil 8 is happening. What did I tell you? Believe me, okay? Gotta get back to the page I was. That was flustering. Now, this was, I think, a really cool part of the article where it says, what the devs are saying is that Resident Evil 8 is in the early stages of development, and the Resident Evil team has earnestly confirmed that the next title in the series has already been worked on, excuse me. And Biohazard was always planned to represent the first new entry in a rebooted Resident Evil saga. The most notable confirmation of this news arrived in April 2017 via the words of Resident Evil 7 executive producer Jun Takuchi, who was being interviewed in an official making-of mini documentary for the game. It also states here that we are already thinking of various plans for the next game, but we also want to see how we can continue to evolve the survival horror itself. In the next few years, technology will continue to advance, and what players want may also change, but we will always want to create horror experiences where the characters overcome a difficult situation. Hence Resident Evil Remake 1, where it was very psychological, kind of just the beginning of everything. And you move into like the next game, and the next game finally getting to Resident Evil 4, where we already know about this viral outbreak, but it's a new kind of viral outbreak. And then you get back into like what it is with Resident Evil 5, and then 6, and then 7 is more of that psychological underpinning again coming to the surface and making the player really kind of suffer to an extent to get to the end goal that they want. Now, Takuchi continues saying that, and so the current masterpiece is just the beginning. Plans for the next titles are already in motion, and when you see that game, you might find that it is very different from the Resident Evil in some ways, while still retaining that core survival horror concept of people overcoming the odds. Resident Evil always will retain that essence. Which it wouldn't be Resident Evil without the survival horror aspect. I mean, I think the most deviated they ever went off of the trail was with Resident Evil 6 and doing a multiplayer capacity, but at the same time doing multiple stories. where you could experience everything from different characters' perspectives, which I liked. But at the same time, in the very beginning, whenever Mikami first wanted to, create Resident Evil, he wanted it to be originally multiplayer, but the technology didn't exist at the time. It had to be third-person horror, which is what we all know and love from Resident Evil, which is what we expected for Resident Evil 6, which we didn't get. We got an experiment, we didn't get an actual Resident Evil game, if you will. Now, it also states here in this paragraph, which I don't know. I'm kind of interested by this. Let me know what you guys think of this point. Is that, again, we are talking hypotheticals here, but once work on the Evil Within 2 finishes up for him this year, Mikami will presumably be looking for his next big project, and it wouldn't be surprising if Capcom had heard about his answer in this interview. Could Resident Evil 8 mark the return of the franchise's original amateur? Okay, it's wishful thinking, I know, but a man can dream, can't he? From the viewpoint of the person writing this article. I find it interesting that this article was written a month ago. And they're talking in past tense about the Evil Within 2. So does that mean that there's another Evil Within game coming? Mikami, do you want to go in an interview with me and discuss the possibilities of another Evil Within game? I'm leaving the invitation open because I know that listen, 1 in a million chance, but I would love to know if there would be an Evil Within 3, since there is no DLC for the current game, The Evil Within 2. That would be interesting. That would be very interesting to see, considering the fact that The Evil Within, the first game, did extraordinarily well. Had 3 DLCs, The Consequence, The Assignment, and The Executioner. All of them continued the story of what was The Evil Within. Then you got The Evil Within 2, had the same vibes, and continued the story, but it had a very, very significant cliffhanger. So yeah, is that next project going to be a combination of working with a certain development team on Resident Evil 8 and having another specific team devoted to The Evil Within 3? Let me know what you guys think, because I'm very eager to hear your opinions on the matter. Specifically, we can probably expect Resident Evil 8 to begin answering the many questions posed by Biohazard's story. What happened to Chris Redfield since we last saw him? Who is the Umbrella Corporation these days? What's going to happen to Ethan now that he's infected with a strain of the mold virus that caused all of the hoo-ha in the first place? Not a professional way to state that in an article, mind you, but it gets the point across. There were many things that I stated in my article that I predicted about Resident Evil 8 and what might come of it. And honestly, I feel like those predictions are slightly coming true with Resident Evil 8 happening. So, like I said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And we'll go from there. I'm just really stoked, and I can't not wait to see if Resident Evil 8 is going to be a thing. It's probably not going to happen until 2020, because it takes a very long time to develop a game like that. But yeah, I have hopes that it's going to be in the 2019 E3 convention. That's my prediction for right now. Resident Evil 8 announced 2019 E3. Mark your calendars, folks. This has been talked about throughout the internet. It's a very widely discussed topic, which I won't go into too deeply, but have you guys been hearing the news about Tanacon? Now going into YouTube news. I forgot to do that transition, my bee. Tanacon? I don't have words. Good Times? Good Times who? Who are they? I never even heard of this company until Tana mentioned that she was working with them, and quite honestly, I'm just going to get my opinion out there. Not going to talk too much about this. I don't blame Tana. I don't blame Shane. I don't blame anybody for the failure of Tanacon, which turned into YouTube Con, basically. Everybody came there for Shane. Let's spill the tea right now. Everybody came there for Shane. Everybody was like, oh, Shane Dawson is going to be there. The Gabby show is going to be there. But Tana's girlfriend is going to be there. Everybody was there for everyone else besides Tana, which I find hilarious. Which, I mean, I love Tana. She's an awesome girl. But I kind of feel like this was done in a very poor way. Like, you have that magnitude and that size of an audience coming to see you, and something's bound to get messed up. You have about, a maximum capacity of 1,000 people. I mean, whenever I saw the videos of other people, whenever they went over to Anaheim and whenever they were there at the convention center, it looked like, I don't know, like a subway or like an airport or something like that. It did not look like a convention center. It looked literally like it was so crammed tight that you could not fit anybody in there. So, you know, she said that, what, 15,000 people came? 15,000 people would be ginormous in comparison to the pictures that I'm seeing. There were 5,000 people there outside, and I think there were already 500. No, it had to have been less than that, because one girl said there were like 200 people, and that was in the main lobby. So, you know, just to clarify, I did not go to Tanacon. Oh my god, no. I knew that would be a hot mess, distress from the get-go. But no, the entire thing with Tanacon is so messed up. It was so rushed. I feel it was so just eagerly done, and I think it was just done to piss VidCon off, because that was her main goal. She wanted to do something where she would get to meet you guys for free, which it didn't exist. There were no free tickets. Even when you went back to the tickets website, it said it was a scam website. So it wasn't really something that is even possible, because you can't have free tickets. Stupid idea. I'm probably going to do an entirely separate video on this after I watch both of Shane's videos, and I've already watched a live stream that Tana did. So I'm probably going to do an entirely different rant video on the entire process of Tanacon and what should have happened in comparison to what did happen. So keep your eyes open for that. We're going to be ending things on a wonderful note, which is a Korean word of the day, and the Korean word of the day is 영화, which means movie. So if you want to go see a movie, you can go to see a 영화. And this is the Hangul for it, which is 영화. But that's it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit the bell down below, because I make videos every weekday. Stay casually nerdy, you guys, and I will see you all in Monday's video. Peace.